Hi friends. Welcome to the YouTube channel DM Info Videos. We are here today with an interesting new video to enlighten the viewers. Continue watching this video till the end so that anybody will come to know about the much unfamiliar information and wait eagerly for the episodes to publish regularly. Please like and comment, share, subscribe and tap the bell icon for receiving the notifications on the upcoming videos. Trust that everyone must have watched the previous videos that were published. If not, please click the links given below to know them and share. Episode 13. In this episode, we will learn about the environment. It will speak in this video with an introduction, functions, research history, its detailed composition as abiotic and biotic environment, humans' impact, effects of global warming, and government's efforts. Introduction. Environment plays a vital role in healthy living and the existence of life on planet Earth. It combines all the physical, chemical, and biological factors acting upon an organism or an ecological community. Earth is a home for different living species, and we all are dependent on the environment for food, air, water, and other needs. Earth is currently facing a lot of environmental concerns. Environmental problems like air pollution, water contamination, ozone layer depletion, acid rain, desertification, disposal of wastes, climate change and global warming affect every living and non-living thing on this planet. Every individual needs to save and protect the environment from the ill-affected forces. Nowadays, many people work to protect the environment and conserve natural resources. They adapt to recycle, reuse the products for controlling wastage and pollution. Functions of environment. Supplying resources. The environment offers resources for production. It includes both renewable and non-renewable resources. Sustaining life. The environment has the sun, soil, water, and air to sustain life on the planet. It supports life by providing genetic and biodiversity. Assimilating waste. Production and consumption activities generate waste. The environment helps to get rid of the trash. Enhancing the quality of life. The climate improves the quality of life. Human beings enjoy the beauty of nature that includes rivers, mountains, deserts, etc. Research history. How humans came into being, evolved and reached the modern era has been a subject of interest for scientists and non-scientists alike. The body and brain of humans changed due to climate. A study shows the role of the environment in evolution. Researchers from Cambridge University and Tübingen University in Germany have studied data from 300 human fossils of the Homo genus and combined it with climate models to identify its role in human evolution. They said body and brain size were two essential biological traits of the adaptive strategy of species. They identified temperature as the main predictor of body size variation in Homo sapiens in the last 1 million years. There has been an increase in estimated body size among most Homo species from an average of 50 to 70 kg. They found a heavier body weight in colder environments and a smaller body weight in warm. The observations are consistent with those seen in animals like bears that live in frigid conditions. Recent studies have refined and expanded earlier estimates of body and brain size variation. The paper said, throughout the past 4 million years, human evolution is broadly characterized by a trend of increasing body mass and structure, with an even relative increase in brain size, associated with changes in behavior, diet, and demographic expansion. Composition of environment. Scientists divide the environment into two main components: the abiotic-nonliving environment and the biotic-living environment. The abiotic environment includes physical factors such as air, temperature, water, soil, and sunlight, and the chemicals such as minerals and other nutrients. The biotic environment consists of biological factors. These include organisms and their products and wastes. Abiotic environment. Abiotic factors play a significant role in determining the types and traits of organisms that inhabit a given ecosystem. The abiotic environment has three main parts. 1. Atmosphere. 2. Hydrosphere. 3. Lithosphere. Atmosphere. The atmosphere is the air, the shell of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other gases that surrounds Earth. A thin layer of gases that envelops the Earth is held in place by the planet gravity. The dry air consists of 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, 1% argon, other inert gases, carbon dioxide, ozone etc. The ozone layer in the atmosphere reduces the ultraviolet (UV) radiation that reaches the surface and thereby protects life on the surface. Air also contains a variable amount of water vapor and suspensions of water droplets and ice crystals seen as clouds. The atmosphere has 5 principal and 4 other layers which determine the temperature with altitude. The layers from the highest to the lowest are A. Principal layers: exosphere, thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere. B. Other layers: the ozone layer within the stratosphere. Ionosphere, homosphere, heterosphere. Planetary boundary layer changes in temperature due to the presence of the layers of the atmosphere are known as climate and weather. Climate is the term for the average atmospheric conditions over long periods. Climate looks at the statistic temperature, humidity, atmospheric pressure, wind, and rainfall in a given region over long periods. On the Earth's surface, temperatures usually range plus or minus 40 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, annually. Weather is the present condition of the same elements over periods up to 2 weeks. Weather refers to day-to-day temperature and precipitation activity. 2. Hydrosphere. All the bodies of water on Earth make up the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere included all the liquid and frozen water on the Earth's surface, groundwater held in soil and rock, and water vapor suspended in the air. Oceans. An ocean is the main body of saline water. The ocean covers approximately 71% of the surface of the Earth. More than half of this area is over 3,000 meters deep. The major oceanic divisions in descending order are the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Rivers are a part of the hydrological cycle. A river is a freshwater and natural course flowing towards an ocean, a lake, a sea or another river. The water in a river is made up of a stream bed between banks. Small rivers are called streams, creeks and brook. Streams play an important corridor role in connecting fragmented habitats and thus in conserving biodiversity. The study of streams and waterways, in general, is known as surface hydrology. Lakes. A body of water is called a lake when it is inland, not a part of an ocean, more significant and more profound than a pond. Natural lakes on Earth are found in mountainous areas, rift zones, and areas with ongoing or recent glaciation. All lakes are temporary over geologic timescales, as they will slowly fill in with sediments or spill out of the basin containing them. Ponds. A pond is a body of standing water, either natural or built, smaller than a lake. Ponds and lakes are distinguished from streams by their current speed. While currents in streams are easily observed, ponds and lakes possess thermally driven microcurrents and moderately driven wind currents. 3. Lithosphere. The lithosphere consists of the outer layer of Earth. It includes the crust and the outermost layer of the upper mantle and the rocks and soil on the surface of Earth. It is generated by igneous processes in which magma cools and solidifies to form solid rock. Beneath the lithosphere lies the lower mantle that is getting heated by the decay of radioactive elements. Biotic environment. The biotic environment consists of the biosphere, that zone of life, composed of living things and their products, remains, and wastes. Thus plants, animals, fungi, algae, protists, bacteria, and other organisms are biotic factors, as seeds, flowers, fruits, nectars, and honey. Leaf litter, dead grasses, animal wastes, and the remains of dead organisms are part of the biotic environment. Biotic processes such as photosynthesis, disease, decomposition, and reproduction affect the biotic environment. Biosphere. The part of the environment where life happens is called the biosphere. The biosphere is made up of many ecosystems. The ecosystem consists of all plants, animals, microorganisms, and biotic factors in an area, function with all the non-living physical abiotic factors of the environment. Life evidence suggests that life on Earth has existed for about 3.7 billion years. Life may be said to be simply the characteristic state of organisms. Diversified living organisms found in the biosphere on Earth, and properties common to these organisms, plants, animals, fungi, protists, archaea, and bacteria, are a carbon and water-based cellular form with complex organization, heritable genetic information. Living organisms undergo metabolism, maintain homeostasis, possess a capacity to grow, respond to stimuli, reproduce, and through natural selection, adapt to their environment in successive generations. Biomes are defined based on factors of plant structures, such as trees, shrubs, and grasses, leaf types such as broadleaf and needleleaf, plant spacing, forest, woodland, savanna, and climate. Biomes are identified with particular patterns of ecological succession and climax vegetation. Biogeochemical cycles. Global biogeochemical cycles are critical to life, most notably nitrogen, water, carbon, oxygen, and phosphorus. The nitrogen cycle is the transformation of nitrogen and nitrogen-containing compounds in nature. It is a cycle that includes gaseous components. The water cycle is the movement of water on, above, and below the surface of the Earth. Water can change states among liquid, vapor, and ice at various places in the water cycle. The carbon cycle is in which carbon is exchanged among the biosphere, geosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere of the Earth. The oxygen cycle is the movement of oxygen within and between the air, the biosphere, and the lithosphere. The main driving factor of the oxygen cycle is photosynthesis, which is responsible for the modern atmospheric composition and life. The phosphorus cycle is the movement of phosphorus through the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Phosphorus and phosphorus compounds are usually solids at the typical ranges of temperature and pressure found on Earth. Wilderness is defined as a natural environment on Earth that has not been significantly modified by human activity. Wilderness is deeply valued for cultural, spiritual, moral, and aesthetic reasons. Looking at wilderness includes areas within which natural processes operate without very noticeable human interference. Wilderness areas and protected parks are considered vital for the survival of certain species, ecological studies, conservation, solitude, and recreation. Humans' impact. Human activities have caused severe environmental problems, polluting natural resources and disrupting ecosystems. Deforestation, urbanization, and agricultural practices are some of the activities that illustrate how humans have changed the Earth, affecting both the abiotic and biotic environment. Deforestation. Deforestation is a major issue in global land use. Removal of trees not only eliminate the forests from the land but also destroys habitats and alters ecosystems. Even partial logging in a forest can destroy enough trees to change the forest structure, dramatically changes the tree cover, affect soil quality, and facilitate erosion. Because trees naturally remove a great deal of carbon dioxide from the air during photosynthesis, deforestation can produce a net increase in the global atmospheric concentration of carbon dioxide, an important greenhouse gas. Increased carbon dioxide levels can affect climate by contributing to higher temperatures at the Earth's surface. Urbanization. Air, soil and water pollution are among the ill effects of urbanization. The development of natural lands to build towns and roads also causes habitat loss and degradation, posing a grave threat to ecosystems in general and wildlife in particular. Agriculture has both direct and indirect negative impacts on the environment. Farm runoff is a source of water pollution. This runoff carries fertilizers, pesticides, phosphates, animal wastes, and other harmful substances to streams and lakes. Such pollution disrupts aquatic ecosystems and can produce algal blooms. These can cause further problems by blocking the sunlight needed for photosynthesis. Poor land use management can lead to problems with the soil, including changes in mineral and nutrient content, erosion and, in extreme cases, desertification. Advances in technology have improved the lives of humans, making it easier to irrigate crops or bring electricity to remote areas. However, Change in the flow of streams and rivers to build dams for hydroelectric power plants or irrigation projects can cause serious environmental problems. An extreme case is the massive environmental damage that resulted from the diversion of water from two rivers feeding the Aral Sea in Central Asia. A diversion, created for an irrigation project that began in the 1960s, ultimately shrank the sea to less than half its original volume. The tremendous water loss increased the mineral concentration of the water, making it undrinkable. Lake fish populations could not tolerate the chemical changes and die off. The local climate became harsher, with more extreme winter and summer temperatures. Dust blowing from the exposed seabeds carried salts, fertilizer, and pesticides across the region, further damaging the environment and causing serious health problems for the local human population. Effects of global warming. Human activities have resulted in air and water contamination. They destroyed the habitats of many animals. Some scientists believe that fossil oil, coal, and natural gas have led to a dangerous condition called global warming. It is the reason for a rise in the surface temperature of Earth. It is clear the planet is warming and warming rapidly. It is a greenhouse effect caused by greenhouse gases that trap heat in the atmosphere because of their molecular characters and vibrate and release it back towards the Earth. The effort is to mitigate the greenhouse gases that causing global warming, to assist humans, other animals, and plant species, ecosystems, regions and nations. Efforts by the governments. Many governments around the world have passed laws to limit or reverse the effects of environmental pollution and other environmental damage. In the United States, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, enforces statutes to control water contamination and air pollution and regulates the use of pesticides and other toxic substances that can harm both humans and the environment. Environmental studies is a broader academic discipline that is the systematic study of the interaction of humans with their environment. It is a field of study that includes the natural environment, built environments, social environments. The issues of concern for environmentalists usually relate to the natural environment, and the more important ones being climate change, species extinction, pollution, and old-growth forest loss. Thank you, viewers, for sparing your valuable time and watching the environment on this YouTube channel. DM Info videos. It must have enhanced the understanding of the environment, placed everyone in a new light of exposure, and inspired us to learn more. Else, online technology helps us repeatedly viewing to get the benefit. Kindly wait for the following video to publish early. Keep watching the videos regularly published on this channel. Would you please share and subscribe for more fabulous inspiration? Thanks again and wishes to prosper ever.